this example, we have a company that produces 1 kilogram packets of sugar. A quality control check found that the weight of the packets was normally distributed with a mean weight of 0.995 kilograms and a standard deviation of 0.03 kilograms. Now, company policy is to reject any packet with a weight which is 2 standard deviations from the mean. So first of all, in part A, we're asked what are the smallest and largest weights allowed by the company. Now, in this case here, we're going to calculate it for the smallest, and we're also going to calculate it for the largest here. Now, as part of this, the way we're going to go about this, we're going to use the formula where we've got the mean minus 2 standard deviations, and we're going to use that for the smallest, and for the largest, we're going to use the mean plus 2 standard deviations, and we're going to use that for the largest here. So as we go about this, it's just a matter of doing some substitution here. So we know that the mean in this case is 0.995. So we're going to have 0.995. We're going to minus 2 times 0.03, because that's the standard deviation. The largest one will be 0.995 plus, this time, 2 times 0.03. Now, as we work both of these out, in the case of the smallest one, when we type this into our calculator, we get 0.935. So that's the lowest weight that we can have. And then the largest weight, when we work this out, is going to be 1.055 kilograms. So these are the two weights, the smallest and the largest, which are allowed by the company. Now, in part B, we're asked what percentage of packets will be rejected. Now, based on what we just did in part A, we know that this is 2 standard deviations from the mean. Now, what we can use here is we can use the empirical law. Now, the empirical law states that within 2 standard deviations of the mean, so down to -2 and up to +2, that 95% of results are going to be within that range. So that means that to work this out, if we do 1 minus 0.95, this is going to give us the value of those packets which are being rejected, which in this case here is going to be 0.05. In other words, 5% of packets are rejected because they're either too light and too small, or they are too heavy. Lastly, we're asked what percentage of the large packets will be rejected. So this is the ones which are too heavy. Now, again, this is relying on what we just did in part B. But as we do this here, the large packets, given its a symmetrical normal distribution we're doing here, at the moment, 5% of the packets rejected is half of them are going to be small and the other half are going to be large. So what we have to do is we just need to halve it because of the symmetrical nature of the normal distribution. So in this case here, what we're going to do is we're going to take the 5%, divide it by 2, and that gives us 2.5%. So the percentage of the large packets rejected here is going to be 2.5%.